invite the independent person, the investigating officer and Councillor Palmer to make your representations about whether you feel any sanctions should be applied and what form they should take. And that's outlined in the procedure included in the agenda. So that in mind, I will turn to the so I'll start with the independent person.
Sorry, my question to me is,
So because of the panel, we have determined that there were 2 breaches as outlined in the investigating officer's report. And this is obviously subject to everything that we've heard today. We're just inviting you to, if you want to have an opportunity to say anything about whether you feel any possible sanctions should be applied for the breaches that we have outlined.
I agree there should be sanctions.
Okay. And I will then turn to the investigating officer.
Thank you, Chairman. So I agree with given that there's been only 2 breaches found, that there should be sanctions applied. I think the sanctions that would be appropriate to consider, whilst it's entirely a matter for you, would be sanction A, reporting the finding to the council, potentially sanction B, recommending to the group leader in relation to removal from committees, because the councillor is a member of the standards committee, you might feel that's inconsistent with breaching standards. C isn't relevant. D, I think potentially instructing the monitoring officer to arrange training would be definitely very useful. E, I don't think there's a great deal. As to F and G, withdrawing facilities or exclusion, those are quite extreme. I think that would be a matter for the panel, depending on, because obviously we've heard that there are breaches, but at this point we haven't heard how egregious you consider those breaches to be. And so I think those final ones are at the higher end of sanctions, going to be a matter for you to determine based on how egregious you think the breaches are.
Okay, thank you. And Councillor Palmer.
Yep, thank you. I mean, obviously, it's a bit of a surprise to me to be found guilty of that particular bullying, and only heard the independent person say that really it was only a matter of respect. So I will accept whatever you say. However, I would reserve my right to take an appeal should I feel it's appropriate. But what you say, yeah, I'll listen. I don't think it's a serious breach. I don't think it's a serious breach of the rules, and also because of the highly charged political nature, plus the not sure if that's been given due weight, but I'll wait for you to sum it up to make an assessment on that. Yeah, I can understand, and I think I would concur, if someone's been found of a breach of the standards, then they shouldn't probably sit on standards committee for a while. I can see that as a rule. Okay. Thank you.
Thank you, Councillor Palmer. And obviously, I do note what you said about the other independent person, and we will obviously take into consideration what they had said in the evidence that they've given us. So I believe at this stage we can adjourn the meeting so that we can just discuss this further, given what you've all said.